Hey everyone, good morning for another episode of Minecraft Meetup. Today we're going to be talking about what you do when your kids get in your world and they destroy the stuff that you made for them and it makes you so mad. So I've got some solutions for that. It's going to require some building, it's going to require some digging and hiding some stuff. So we're going to take a look at that today, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me open this up here. All right, I'm going to go back and resume my game here. All right, so what I've done here is, of course, I'm in the same world that I've been in for days now. And I want you to see what I have down actually in my inventory. Okay, right here, let me go ahead and climb into the inventory here. Okay, and right here I've got a lab table. I've got some lab tables that are still in here, but I want you to look here. I have what's called an allow block, and I have a deny block. And those are going to be really powerful tools for when kids get into a world. I'll show you what I mean by that. And I also have a border block. And border blocks are really good. Sometimes when we create a world for our kids and we expect them that they're gonna take the certain path that we create for them, and they're way over on the other side of the world, or they teleport, or they do all kinds of other stuff. Well, we want to maybe prevent that from happening. Maybe we have a specific trail that we want them to go down, a specific path we want them to take. Maybe we have questions down there that we want them to answer. Maybe it's a quiz, maybe it's just some information, and we don't want them straying off and going and making potions over across the way. So to prevent that from happening, you can be using what's called the border. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to show you how this works, and I'm going to show you some of the things that you can do with it. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get out of my inventory here, and I'm just going to take a walk over here a little ways out, because I want to have a nice new area of land that we're going to start with. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually add a border. Now, some people like to just add the border straight out on top. Here, hang on just a second. Let me make sure that my border's up to speed there so I can actually place some stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and place some border here. Okay. And what this border is actually going to do, whatever is inside of the border cannot exit the border. Now, some people like to make the walls. I don't. I like to put it underneath. Let me show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to go ahead and take this away. And what I like to do is I like to put it in the ground here. Oops. And then I like to cover it up. And I think I might need to go down one more. So let me do that. Down one more, and I'm going to put it in the ground. And then I'm going to put grass over the top of it. Or I could put some tile over the top of it, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some terracotta tile over the top of it. So I'm going to put this down. I'm hearing Minecraft music inside of my head right now because I can hear the game playing, and of course I have to have my microphone here so that way you get a better sound. But I want you to see, you see these little stars that are going up? That's evidence to me that we have a border there. Okay, so I'm actually going to make an entire square here. We're not going to make it too big over here. And I'm just going to dig once there and put in a border and put some terracotta over the top. There we go. I'm just going to add the border right here just for time's sake. And I can go back and I can fix that later. There we go. There. I'm just going to add the border right here. And then the terracotta over the top of it. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change my world builder. I'm going to go to false. Okay. Now, if I try to go this way, I'm stuck. I can't move forward anymore. I am trying really hard to go forward and I cannot. I'm going to try to forward to go this way and I cannot because that border is there. Now I could put this around an entire large area. I can make it so it's certain areas where the kids can't get to or my students can't get to using this border. Okay. However, if kids know the secret of doing WB, oh, there I go. Now I can travel. So, you know, being able to keep them from wandering, you normally can keep that action going, but they may get pretty smart on you and figure out that WB. However, we can prevent them from building on things and we can prevent them from adding stuff to a world by using the deny and the allow blocks. So I'm actually going to go over here a little bit. Okay. And I think I changed my WB. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig a hole right here. Okay. And I did 2 down. And now I'm going to use the deny blocks. And I'm going to put a deny block here. And what a deny block is going to do is that kids cannot build anything above or below that block. Now they can build to the side, or they can, you know, build to the 2 sides or the 3 sides or 4 sides of the block all around it if you've got just one block there, but they cannot build above or below it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill this entire square in here with deny blocks, and then I'm going to cover them with terracotta just so that way I can see the difference. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to step away and I'm going to try to put something here on top of it. I'm going to try to put some grass on top of it. Oh, it allowed me to put, because of my world builder. Let me take my world builder here. There we go. And so now I should not be able to place anything on the top of it. It's not allowing me because of that deny block. Now, what's really great about the deny block is that, again, they can't destroy the block itself either. So if they're in a world, they will not be able to destroy that block. The only one who can destroy the block is the person who actually created it. So I have that in place, and the same with the allow block. The allow block, you think it means allow that they're going to be allowed to build it, but again, it's like an indestructible block. So I can actually build a tower, a structure out of either the allow or the deny block, and they will not be able to destroy that. They might be able to build around it. They might be able to build on top of it or below it. With the allow, you can build on top or below and around it, but you can't move the block. And with the deny, you can't build on top or below. You can build around, but again, you can't destroy. So so here's the deny block right here. It's kind of like a gray color, silver, and the allow block is actually kind of like a copper color. So if I try to put one down here, you'll see I'm not able to do anything because of the world builder. And we're gonna okay. So now, if I wanted to, I could actually, it's making this really awful pinging noise because it's not allowing me to do that. I'm going to try to place a block. I can place blocks here because this is an allow block. So I can place blocks to the side and I can place blocks on top. Okay. And I can destroy them, but I cannot destroy the deny or the allow blocks, which is kind of a nice thing to have. So now I can create a border around, and I can use these blocks to help prevent my students from destroying things that I've created for them to use, and also um, um, to keep them from wandering away. So what about if I build something over the top here of this? I'm going to go ahead and change my world builder just to make sure that I'm able to do what I want to do. I'm going to add a sign. This is something I'm testing out. I'm not sure if this is going to work. So we're going to use a sign. I think I'm going to use a board. Good spell. There we go. I'm going to use a board. So goodbye, Icebomb. So I'm going to use this board here, and I'm going to put a board right here. And I'm going to put do not remove. Okay, there. All right. So now, since I put it over the deny block, if I go over here, again, I can't destroy. Can I destroy the sign? No, I cannot. Anything that I put on top of the deny block, they will not be able to destroy either. So that's when I can create a big building or structure, and I do not have to use the allow or deny blocks. I can use any block that I want to, because normally I could just hit this sign and it would go away. Could destroy it, but I can't destroy it because I put it on top of the deny blocks that are right down under there. You can't see them, but they are right down there under there. So now again, we've got borders that we can put up to kind of prevent them from moving in and out, and we also have allow and deny blocks. But there's even more settings that teachers can put within Minecraft to help their students kind of stay a little more focused. So I'm going to show those to you now. I'm going to show you where they are and what they mean, because in this time where we're all kind of separated, we can't use the classroom mode, which is a really cool mode to use with kids when you have them all together in your classroom and you can keep an eye on what they're doing and add even more settings. Since we can't do that, since we're all so far away from each other, we're in our own homes, what we can do is we can put a settings on the world. Now in Minecraft Education Edition, we did some testing on this just to see, my sons wanted to join somebody else's world and they're like, Mom, it's not working. Why isn't it working? And through the testing and we've kind of figured out that a teacher has to create a world. If I create a world, my kids can join my world. And even if they download my world or they can enter my world, if they've got a copy of my world on their computer, they can all enter that world together. What they cannot do is they cannot create a world and then they can join each other's world that way. That does not happen. It will tell them that the server is unavailable, that they cannot connect to the Minecraft world. And that's kind of like a safety feature. They don't want students creating something and then other students going in there and going, wow, that's really great, because students can be pretty creative. Not that they're doing anything inappropriate, but we want to make sure that they aren't doing anything inappropriate. So, but they can join a teacher's world. And so using some of these tools that we're looking at and some of these settings will help you as a teacher to ensure that your students are going to have a good positive experience using Minecraft. Oh my goodness, what is that? It's just sheep. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the settings here. I'm going to click escape and I'm going to go into my settings for this world. Okay. All right, so first I'm going to go over here to the left hand side and I'm going to get past what kind of world it is and all of that. And for my world options, I always want to show my coordinates, and that's important. So that way your kids know exactly where they are in the world, because everything is on a grid. It is on an XY grid, and it's also on a Z grid going up and down. Okay. We don't need to do immediate respawn unless, of course, you're using survival mode, which I don't recommend using when you're first starting kids with Minecraft, because it's kind of tough to do that. I do activate cheats, and it's because we want to activate the code builder. The code builder cannot work without the cheats. I like it to always be day, because at nighttime it's hard to see everything that's coming around you. I can hear right now all of the slimes that are getting ready to try to get me, but it's okay because I'm in creative mode. They can't harm me. Now, right here, you're going to see it says show classroom settings. That is where I want to focus on. So I'm going to click on that. And clicking on that, all of these other settings come up. I can have it to where it's perfect weather, where it doesn't rain. Some kids, they don't like to work in the rain. However, keep that turned off and then just show them that they can put in the command weather clear, weather rain, weather thunder. And then that way they can see the thunderstorms that come up, they can see the rain, and they can see what happens when the weather turns clear. And it's again, it's showing them how to use that command function. Allow mobs. I like this. And let me tell you why. Because mobs, even the bad ones, we want to have the kids have experiences with them, and that's using the egg. So you cannot throw the eggs, you can't spawn anything if you don't have the allow mobs on. Allow destructive items. Destructive items, of course, we're talking about TNT, we're talking about ice bombs, we're talking about torches, we're talking about fire sticks, we're talking about anything with redstone. We want to allow some of those destructive items. Now, if you're working with little kids and you don't want them to have that, of course, you can turn that off. Player damage. I don't use a lot of the survival mode, but if I did, I would turn this off. I had an incident where when I was just starting to show Minecraft to kids, and this little girl was trying to work in her world, and these two boys, they were both, because since we were all in the same classroom, they were able to join each other's worlds, and they joined her world, and all they did was they just kept, like, throwing arrows at her and all kinds of stuff, and she's like, I'm trying to build something and I can't build it. So we turned off the player damage, and then they couldn't do that anymore. And that's for the also player versus player damage. You want to take that away too if you're just wanting them to build. Immutable world. This is a key one. So if I turn immutable world on, what that means is when they enter my world, they're not going to be able to destroy anything. And that means anything, anywhere. Now, you want to be tricky, you can use the deny blocks and the allow blocks and the borders. So you can turn this on or off as needed. And those are some of the settings. There's a lot more settings that you can use if you're using the classroom mode. But we're going to go back in here and we're going to add a few more of the allow blocks and the deny blocks and the border. I do like using the borders, so because it kind of keeps kids focused. So I'll go get it back out of here. I'm going to go back to my resume game, and I'm going to show you what I mean. So what I normally do is I carve out a path that I want the kids to go down, and I use terracotta or some kind of different colored block to show them where I want to walk. And then, so I use the green terracotta, but I think I'm going to use a different color right here. So we're going to go down here, and I'm going to use the I like the blue one. I'm going to use this one. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the blue one in here. This is going to be the road that they're going to walk on. Okay. So you notice I didn't put border underneath it because I'm expecting them to stay on this piece of land right here. So right here, this is where I'm going to put my border. And if you are going to create a border, you're going to want to make sure that you don't have any gaps in that border, because if you do, they're going to figure it out and they're going to find a way out. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put some border down in here. Maybe. Come on. There. Whoops. Here. Oh. Yes, my world is not allowing me to do that again. See, you'll notice that I was able to put stuff, but I wasn't able to put the border or the deny and allow blocks while my world builder was in false. Okay. Now I can put this in here, and I'm going to cover this with grass. Okay. So now, as they're walking along, they're going to see these little red X's come up, and that means that they can't go farther. And again, change my, and I'm stuck. I can't go any further than that. Now, sometimes what I also like to do is I like to put a different color here, so that way they know that's the border. Maybe using black terracotta or black concrete or obsidian or something right here, or whatever color you want, just to show them that that is where the border is. So sometimes they forget and they're like, "Oh, I can't move. I can't do that." So on this side is where I would put the border. I would make that all the way around my world or my quiz or my learning experience or opportunity, and make sure that they won't be able to get out of that, because it goes all the way up. You can see that those X's are going all the way up. It goes all the way up as high as you can go. That border will be there. It will not allow you to cross. So there's no jumping over a fence there. And then on this side, I could add my deny blocks, and then I could build structures. Maybe I'm going to build a structure on how to create a full circuit using redstone, and every bit of it underneath I would put one of those deny blocks, so that way they couldn't destroy any of that I put on top of those deny blocks. Maybe I'm going to put a board and I'm asking a question, and then I have a couple of pressure plates. This one's for yes, this one's for no, and then again I put those deny blocks underneath, so that way they can't destroy it. Because the one thing that kids will try to do is they'll just try to destroy everything. And so the best thing to do is to use those deny blocks or those allow blocks, and and use them, so that way the kids can't destroy what you have worked so hard to create and make available for your kids. Okay, so if I put it, I would have to make right here, remember you got to go 2 down, and I'm going to go ahead and put some deny blocks in here. Oh, I changed my world builder again. See, that WB does come in handy. It comes in handy with the NPCs. It comes in handy with this. Kind of an important thing, right? And I'm going to go ahead and put some grass over the top. And then right here, I'm going to put a board. And on the board, which planet is the farthest from the sun, right? And again, because it's over the top of those deny blocks, I am not able to destroy. I am not able to add anything to this board. It's stuck there. It's in place there. They can't do anything with it. They can't click on it and destroy, go, oops, Mrs. Daniel, I destroyed the board. I don't know what it said. I don't know what it was asking me to do. So using those deny blocks is kind of cool. Now, what you could do also is, if you wanted them to have a specific area where you wanted them to build, you could use deny blocks all underneath here, so that way they couldn't destroy any part of the world here. But then, like right here, you might put some allow blocks, so that way that you might want to say, well, I want you to build me a 3x3 box right here, or a 4x3 block box right here, right? All right, and then we can put some allow blocks, right? Oh, there we go. And this would be the only place that they could build. Okay, because then if I put here, and there we go. And then we're going to put some blue over the top. Okay. And we're going to put here. We're going to make this yellow. There we go. And that's going to go here. And you see how it slid down because it's concrete. Concrete doesn't follow the rules of not having gravity like the rest of Minecraft world. All right, so if I were to say, okay, you're going to build something here on the yellow platform. And I'm like, oh, okay. And you see, I still have the ability to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and take my W builder away. And so now if I go over here and I say, all right, I'm going to add something here. Nope, I cannot put anything there. But I'm going to go here and I'm going to build, I'm going to use my concrete. Now I can build here. I can only build here, but I cannot build here because there's the deny blocks. So the deny blocks and the allow blocks are really powerful tools that you can use with your students, of course, with the borders as well. So those are 3 things that you can use along with all the other classroom settings that are in the settings that you can set up to keep your kids a little bit safer in Minecraft and to keep you a little more sane after you've spent all that time building and creating something really cool for your students to experience, and then they destroy it in 2 seconds. Well, now you don't have to worry about them destroying it in 2 seconds. So yeah, these are some great tools. I hope you had a great time today. I hope you're all staying safe out there, even though we're all kind of still barricaded in our homes. Take care and stay safe and keep on crafting. And I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Stop recording.